What's up, Limitless North? It's Makai Block. Wanted to give you guys a quick video. I haven't done a live stream in a little while, so just wanted to reach out to you while I'm driving here in sunny Southern California. It's a nice day in Los Angeles, a little bit of traffic. I'm going to talk with you about the sacrifices that it takes to run a business. You know, most people have no idea what it actually takes, and that's why there's a lot of people that want to be entrepreneurs and yet have no idea of the dedication, the drive, the personal transformation they must go through. And ultimately what it really takes is you being willing to change. And you're gonna have to find that pretty much everything about your life will have to change in some way, shape, or form or another if you wanna be successful at owning a business. The reason for that is, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? And most of the time, 90% of businesses fail. The reason for that is that people don't know how to change. They don't know how to rise to the occasion. They don't know how to accomplish the things that they need to accomplish and get the things done that they need to get done. Oftentimes, they get stuck in the monotony and the minutia of running a business and never realize that revenue is what counts. The fastest route to revenue is the only thing they should be worried about until they get that in place, and then they can work on the tedious stuff that they love, the passions, the creativity. But ultimately, you have to find a route to revenue first, and that takes an insane amount of dedication. It takes a lot of hard work. You're gonna have to put in lots of late nights and long hours, but you need to make sure that you don't get stuck there. See, another reason that people fail is they get stuck in the grind and the hustle, and they think, as long as I'm putting in the late nights and long hours consistently, I'll eventually be successful. But it takes so much more than that. And ultimately, the faster you can remove yourself from the hustle and the grind, the more successful you're gonna be. Now, that sounds counterintuitive, but you kind of go through these ups and downs, these peaks and valleys as an entrepreneur, and you have to learn to identify that roller coaster ride. So first, yes, you need to put in lots of late nights and long hours and hustle and grind in order to figure out what it is that you're doing and understand your business. But once you get to a place of understanding, the next most important thing that you need to do is begin to hire and delegate people to replace yourself. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got was stop working in your business and go work on your business. And that was a really hard thing for me to hear, because I prided myself in the amount of hard work that I did, in the hustle and the grind. I was such a workaholic, and I just killed it with what I did. But to hit, I needed to get out of my business and simply work on it was a really hard thing. But it was a pill that I swallowed, and I started hiring and I started outsourcing. I read the 4-Hour Work Week. That began to change everything for me, just learning that there were people I could delegate my business tasks to at a small dollar per hour that was actually worth it for me. And as I did that, everything began to change for me. I freed up my time. I had more time to work on my business, and I had people working in my business. And so as an entrepreneur, that's the next thing you want to do, is hire people to replace yourself and start doing those things that you figured out in your initial grind and hustle. And so once you do that, then you start to work on your business. You start to learn the processes and systems that are gonna make your business thrive. So again, you start to work hard in another area. You begin to identify different ways that your business is gonna grow. And then you wanna simplify them as much as possible and just get out of your own way and identify the 1 to 3 to 5 things that are gonna get your business growing, that are gonna keep your products out in front of people, that are gonna automate systems and processes. And once you do that, then you go to work again, incredibly long hours and late nights, perfecting that process, making sure that it's running smoothly, making sure that it's being done consistently. And oftentimes what you want to do is front load that process that you've identified, so that now all of a sudden you have a backlog of work done and your business becomes more or less automated. And again, you can remove yourself, and now you take another breather and you start to hire people and hire people and outsource those processes that you've designed. So now you have people doing the busy work in your business. So you've been able to go out and work on the processes. Then you've defined the processes and worked really hard on making sure they're perfect. And now you hire people to run those processes. And again, you pull yourself away, and then you start working on more of your business. And so the more that you can put people into processes and systems and hire people and delegate, the more successful you're gonna be. But what sacrifice does success truly take? You have to learn to change everything about yourself, because you have to fight your human nature to want to do everything, to want to stay in control. Oftentimes you're going to be the only person that knows your business the best, and so you're going to have this tendency to want to hold on to everything and control it because you're going to be the best person for that job. But you have to fight yourself to let go and be counterintuitive and learn to hire. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot of revenue, because oftentimes that jump to hiring somebody is so tough because you're barely making ends meet as it is, and you think, how could I possibly hire somebody when I don't even have enough money for myself? And so you have to fight that, and you have to sacrifice your own profits, your own money, and hire somebody on. But what that does is gives you the ability to generate more revenue. And without fail, nearly every time, if you're willing to put in the work and you hire somebody, you will see that your revenue actually goes up. And so you really have to fight yourself. And one of the biggest sacrifices you have to make is personal development. Every area of your life needs to be improved upon. You need to become more efficient, more effective. You need to get rid of your old habits, and that hurts. It's a painful process sometimes because we have this tendency to think that we are the smartest people we know and that we must be doing everything right, and there's some external reason that it's just not working out for us. But when you come to terms with the fact that you may be a failure up to this point in your life because of the things you've been doing, because of the things you're unwilling to do, the sacrifices you're unwilling to make, and you start to implement those changes in your life, you're going to see that there was a lot of stuff you just didn't know that you needed to know. So you begin to sacrifice a lot of the comforts in your life, a lot of the things that you're really familiar with, to break free of your comfort zone, to stretch yourself, to grow yourself. And that growth is always painful. You know, it's like at the gym. If you go and work out, you have pain from working out, but you learn to love that pain because you know every time you work out and your muscles are sore and your body's tight, you're actually improving. And so you should feel some pain in your entrepreneur journey. You should know that as you stretch yourself, it's going to hurt, it's going to be painful, there's going to be sacrifices, there are going to be late nights, there are going to be times where your bank account dries up and you're wondering, what am I sacrificing this for? But that pain is good if you push through and if you keep improving and you keep moving forward. So, you know, me, I went to school for mechanical engineering, and I did the first 2 years of that, and I got past the gate classes, but I already had elevated clothing, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do with my life. And I sacrificed, you know, some of my friends graduated with the same mechanical engineering degree and went and made $120,000 a year right off the bat out of college. And there I was, struggling, broke, spending all my money back into my company, not having any idea how to be a business owner, and really just trying to figure it out. And it's like, what am I sacrificing this for? I could be going and making a really good wage and living a pretty decent life, but I just knew that I wouldn't be pursuing my passions. And so I gave up so much. I gave up a decade of my life to pursue my business and to grow. And but you know what, the high end, the ceiling that you have being your own boss, being an entrepreneur, being able to create and add value and grow is unlimited. And so do I envy the fact that I had friends that were going and making $120,000 right out of college? Well, I certainly did at the time, and I questioned, what am I doing this for? If I can't make ends meet, why didn't I just take the safe route? But as I grew, as I learned that there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about being a business owner, and I really forced myself to understand what those things were and to grow and to really fully immerse myself in personal development and success, I began to change, and everything began to change. And now I know that my top end is unlimited, that I can create a life that is just incredible if I have a little bit of blessing and a lot of luck and a lot of hard work, but more than all those things, if I learn to set goals and define goals and take steps consistently, and I prepare so that when those opportunities come, I can take advantage of them and I can grow my business. And so, you know, there just is a lot of hardship involved with entrepreneurship. And if anybody's going to tell you there isn't, they've either forgotten because they've experienced incredible amounts of success and they're just celebrating that, or they're lying to you. And the reality is you just really have to fully throw yourself into this and commit to it and understand that there's sacrifices. There's going to be late nights and long weekends and a lot of times where you don't get to see your family and friends, and you have to make those sacrifices. You have to live paycheck to paycheck once in a while until you learn to pay yourself first, until you learn to scale your business, until you learn to add real value to the people around you. These things are all stuff that you have to go through. and it's part of the journey, but when you get to the other side, you're going to be so much better off. You're going to be so much stronger. You're going to be so much more of a successful person because you put yourself through that process and you've dedicated yourself to growing and learning. So I just want to encourage you, if you're going through this, don't stop. You know, learn what you need to know. Really fully immerse yourself in personal development. For things in life to change, you have got to change. And we have this tendency and habit to just want and wish and hope that things would change for us, that someday we'll be rich, that someday this will pay off. But you have to go change. You have to learn what it is that you need to learn. You have to make that change and make those sacrifices and get there at all costs. And then the journey is worth it as an entrepreneur. But if you're not willing to make those sacrifices, or if it's too tough for you, it's just a hard road. And so you have to be prepared for it. And you really just have to understand that it's going to be a journey and you have to dedicate yourself to it. So I hope that this channel is adding value to you guys. I hope it helps you to learn some of the things that it takes to become success. It's a thing I've learned in about 4 years of fully devoting myself to personal development, and 13 plus years of running a business and just making mistakes and investing hundreds of thousands of my own dollars into figuring it out. And I just want to teach you guys what it takes to be successful, because if I could have learned this stuff earlier on, it would have shortcutted my journey. It would have made it a much more enjoyable route for me. And I just hope that I can add value to you and give you some inspiration, give you some tips and tricks and strategies. And I really want to just help you on your journey and shortcut your journey if I can. So if you guys have any questions, some of these videos are me just talking and trying to just encourage you and inspire you, but I really try and get into details on what I'm doing with my businesses, how I'm growing them, what habits have changed in my life that really help me be successful. Developing a morning routine and having the ability to wake up at 5 a.m. and be proactive instead of reactive, and paying myself first, and what to do with a dollar. All these things, how to brainstorm and plan and set goals and really achieve your goals. All these things are so important, and I want to teach you that. So if there's anything that you're struggling with, leave it in the comments below and let's discuss. Let's talk. I'll make videos on it. We can do live streams where you guys connect with me and we just talk about all this stuff and get you to the next level in your life, because it's worth it once you get there. But there's certain things you just need to know, and I would really encourage you to find a mentor. If I can help you, if I can be your mentor, I'm happy to do that. But if you have other people in your life that are making good money, that have figured this out, that are entrepreneurs, go talk to them. Don't be too prideful to ask. So just jump in there and get some information, get some knowledge, and get some help, because ultimately we're meant for community and we need to learn to do this together, not alone. So God bless you guys. Hope you have a great day. I'm Makai Block with Limitless North, and I will catch you on the next one. Cheers.